Steve Cohen is a billionaire who owns a small percentage of the Mets, but he is negotiating an agreement to increase his investment, a move that in all likelihood could signal the end of the Wilpons' longtime control of the franchise. Sterling Partners, the company that runs the Mets, and Cohen released a statement on Wednesday confirming the talks. The announcement said that as part of the agreement, Fred Wilpon will remain in the role of control person and CEO for 5 years, and Jeff Wilpon will remain in his role of chief operating officer for the 5-year period as well. So essentially what that sounds like is that in 5 years, Steve Cohen, who could care less about a $14.6 million lottery ticket in Arizona because he's a billionaire, will be the owner of the Mets.
Yeah, he's looking to acquire about 80% of the team, which is valued at $2.6 billion. He's estimated worth at $13 billion. He bought 4% share of the Mets in 2012 for a mere $20 million. So he's looking within 5 years to have that 80% ownership and a lot of money.
Yeah, now I'm sure Mets fans are kind of leery because back in 2011, didn't they try and do something like this where they sold it? Because Cohen was a minority shareholder after that, or a minority
2012,
owner.
right.
2012. Back in 2011, they tried to sell a minority share to somebody that would have eventually taken over, and then had Bud Selig kind of step in and do some stuff, and then it all went through. So, as always with the Wilpons, the question is going to be, is this like an attempted cash grab? Is there something else lurking below the surface in this? Or are they really finally going to liberate Mets fans from their rules?
Boy, oh boy.
Listen, Mets fans, I saw some of them on Twitter just when this news came out. They were all the GIFs of just Mets going up and down, screaming, happy, excited. This is a move I think Mets fans would welcome with open arms. Because, look, what did we say even when Pete Alonso was having the great rookie year this year and bashing all those home runs and they were in it? We all said, yeah, this is cool. The Mets will just find a way to break your heart again. I mean, that's been who they've been.
Remember at the trade deadline when we assumed they would be sellers and we assumed that Syndergaard might be on their way out and they would finally start the rebuild. And instead, they just doubled down there and said, we believe we can make the postseason, and ultimately gave everyone an interesting run before, as Trey pointed out, breaking their hearts again.
Yeah, they did lose a pitcher in Zach Wheeler, who last year went 11-8, 3.96 ERA, signed for $118 million with the Phillies. Wow.
Be a pitcher.
$23 million a year, Zach Wheeler. Congrats, man. Wow.
Be a
Congrats
pitcher.
more to Cohen for being worth $13 billion.
It's chump change.
Yeah, man, it's just the Mets are the perfect reminder and cautionary tale of the fact that most of what your sports team's success is tied to is the pockets of the people that own your team. And when all that Bernie Madoff stuff went south for the Wilpons, it completely changed the way they were allowed to operate. The Mets have been a tire fire ever since.
Hopefully, Mr. Cohen is bringing the fire extinguisher to put out the tire fire, or he could just throw.
He could smother the fire with
cash.
Money, huh?
He just put a couple of bags of millions. That tire fire will go out right away.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.